My name is Alan Lewis. I'm from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Asbury Park is a small city uh, in central Jersey, in Monmouth County, right on the shore. I lived there for about 11 to 12 years, so most of my life. And I went to school there for all that time. And Asbury Park is mostly consistent of black and Hispanic people, and that's what the students were too at my school. It was mostly black and Hispanic people. When I was around 13 years old, we moved from Asbury Park to Ocean Township, which is a surrounding town. It's the next town over, about 7 minutes away from where I lived. I liked Ocean. It was good. It was a good place. I still live there today, and I still like it. Ocean is mostly a white a white town. There's minorities, but for the most part, it's just mostly white faces that you see. When it came time for me to go to high school, I had to transfer from Asbury to Ocean Township High School my freshman year. And when I finally started school there, I started seeing a lot of more white faces than I was accustomed to. And it was kind of a culture shock because I just wasn't used to seeing all those white people at one place. After a few years, after a few months actually, it was easy to adjust to. And people are just people, I started to realize. It doesn't make a difference. I made some good friends there, a lot of them white, obviously. So one day, me and my friend were talking. Me and one of my white friends were talking, and I don't know how we got on this topic. It was probably around my junior or senior year at lunchtime. I don't know how we got on this topic, but he told me he considered me to be an Oreo, and that was just a funny term to me because I know what an Oreo cookie is, but he obviously didn't mean cookie. So I asked him what did he mean by that, and he told me that I was black on the outside, but I was white on the inside. And this is one of my good friends, and we've been friends for a few years at this point. So I know he wasn't trying to offend me, but I didn't know what he meant by that. And so I asked him, "What you mean by that? I'm an Oreo. What does that mean?" I didn't get it, and he told me that because I acted a certain type of way, and I wore my clothes a certain type of way, that I wasn't considered black. And I asked him, "How do I wear my clothes? And what do you mean by all that? Like, this is all brand new to me. I never heard anybody say this type of stuff to me before." And he told me, because I didn't sag my pants, so I wouldn't talk a certain type of way, that he considered me to be white and not black. And I got mad, and I just started thinking about that for days and days and days. It was just on my mind for a very long time, because if he thought that way, then is that how the rest of the white world thinks of black people? That I gotta talk a certain way, or I gotta sag my pants to be considered black? So I started thinking about the source of that type of mentality. That why does he perceive me? Why does he perceive black people to have to act that way? And so after paying attention to a whole lot of different stuff, like other kids in my school, the way what teachers expected from me, and just pay attention to stuff on TV, I started realizing that on the news, whenever there was like a murder or burglary, most of the time it was in quote unquote black neighborhoods. When I mean black neighborhoods, I mean neighborhoods that were kind of run down, looked kind of poor, and there was just always black people in these neighborhoods. I just saw all black faces. And I'm not blaming the news or anything, because it's not their fault that that's where those headlining stories usually occur. But once a general audience sees the same people in the same situation over and over again, they start to put those two together, and it becomes synonymous. Those people that I saw on the news fit the description that my friend was telling me about. They talked a certain type of way, they always sagged their pants, and all of that. And the reason I'm making this video is to bring awareness to that mentality, that way of thinking, that because I'm black, I'm expected to act a certain type of way. And I think it's unfair for black people in general, and people like me, and people who act like me, that I'm expected to be a certain type of way because of this. not all black people talk that certain type of way. The same way not all white people talk a certain type of way. The same way that not all Hispanic people talk a certain type of way or have a type of action. I think it's unfair that I'm judged by the color of my skin and what a certain type of group of us does, and not by my individual, not by my individual way of life and the way I go out and live my life. So I just want to bring awareness to that, and I wanted to show people that it's not fair for me to be put in a category that I'm not in. Yes, I am black. It doesn't mean I'm not black because I don't sag my pants or I don't do this, that, and the third. I think it's unfair. I think it's a way of thinking that we just stop. I don't know how we're going to stop it, but it's something that we as people need to figure out how do we stop. Not just black people, but for everybody. It's just unfair, a way of thinking.